Welcome back, everyone. It is Friday, April 11th, and the NBA and my 10. Yes, 10 best bets are on the way. Some might call me J.R. Smith. I'm a volume shooter today. We have all 30 teams in action. Without further ado, we're going to dive into the picks. But as always, we begin with a recap of how we did the day before. And on Thursday, wasn't the best day. 2-3. Honestly, I'm kind of okay with that because we had a couple bad reads in there. But our two winners, Nickeil Alexander-Walker's over 9.5 points plus assists, sweat free. That nearly cashed in the first half. And Julius Randle, the same game parlay, he came through pretty easily. The 3-pointers, you think he cashed within like the first 3 or 4 minutes. So either way, those are the two winners. Our losers, Trey goes 3 for 8 from 3. Cat doesn't attempt literally any threes. He makes one technically, but his foot was on the line, so it didn't count. And then Pippen was our exclusive play, and that one did not hit. He was left wide open all in the second half, but whatever. We'll deal with that. A 2-3 day. I'm not too worried about that. We've been red hot. We have 10 picks today. And it might seem like a lot, but when you break it down unit by unit, it's really not going to be 10 units risked. We have a lot of plus money plays incoming. I do have some sad news, though, to note, and that would be this news. And that is that there'll be no NBA video tomorrow. On Saturday, there's no games. Every team plays today and on Sunday. And there's going to be no NBA video on Sunday. I put on there, I'm at a bachelor party. A bachelor party. Luckily, it's local, so I'm not really traveling back or to it. But I will not really be home for a Sunday morning video. And honestly, the final day of the NBA season is always a little bit weird. So if I have any plays, unfortunately, I'm going to make them Dub Club exclusive because, to be honest, when you get to the point at the end of the season, they don't really post props, especially on Sunday, the final day of the regular season, until closer to tip-off. So really not enough time to just record a video and post it to you all. So again, apologies. It's kind of the final day of the season. Now, historically, we have done really well in the final day of the season. So I don't know if I have any picks in the early games, which start at 1, a bunch of games at 3:30. They split it up conference by conference. So either way, no NBA videos over the weekend. I'll return for the play-in games. And like I said, if we have any action, it will be in the Dub Club. You can join. There's a $10 off your first month coupon down below. Links in the description. Let's dive in the picks today. Thank you guys for a great season since this is the final NBA regular season video, but we're going to still make you guys some money throughout the postseason. First pick we begin with is Aaron Gordon, over 1.5 made 3-pointers, which is plus 124 on DraftKings. I'm going to take this 1 unit play. Aaron Gordon, statistically, if you look at, he's hit 2+ threes in this amount of games out of this amount, you're not going to like the numbers because Aaron Gordon hasn't necessarily been the guy that's knocking down 2 threes. It's not normally his game. He's normally in that dunker spot for the my computer just glitched, but for the Denver Nuggets. But I love this matchup for him to shoot 3-pointers. And Aaron Gordon at home, that's where I want to back him. We did, and I'm not going to bring up Props Madness today. We have 10 picks. We don't need to spend a lot of time on each of them. But Aaron Gordon is just in the similar matchup as Julius Randle, as was yesterday. We took his over in threes, parlayed with his rebounds and assists. But again, he's going to get Jaren Jackson Jr. on him. This is one of those games that actually means something. And Jaren Jackson Jr., he loves to help on defense. And what happens is the guy he's guarding is wide open for threes. Hence what Julius Randle did. Hence what I think Aaron Gordon will do. And Aaron Gordon shooting 54% from 3 at home this season. That's ridiculous. He has made 2 threes in 8 of his last 20 home games. So as a whole, 8 of his last 20 is at the best hit rate. Not necessarily, but we'll take it. When he gets the attempts, though, he does it pretty well this season. When he's attempted 3 or more threes at home, he's made 2 or more in 8 of 11, averaging almost 3 threes per game. Now, he is coming off a game against the Kings where they did leave him open, but he shot 1 for 5 in that game. But again, I look at this as a spot where I think he realistically gets left open, just like Jaren has been leaving guys wide open all season long. And when he gets 3 or more 3-point attempts, this season, he's over in 50% of games. As I already gave you the numbers when he's at home. I think there's a chance he shoots 4 or 5, maybe 6 threes tonight. He could hit this in the first quarter. I don't think you're going to put Jaren on Jokic, but still, we could see him helping off some drives and stuff and cuts and whatnot, and see some kicks to Aaron Gordon camping out in the corner. So I really like his over 1.5 threes. One of my only 2 1-unit plays is AUG's over in threes, plus 124. I don't think it should be plus money, in my opinion, given the matchup. Grizzlies give up a ton of threes. My second 1-unit play, yes, we only have 2 today, is actually going to be the Dub Club exclusive. I made it an under in points. I love the play today. I'm not going to spoil it, but like I said, you get today's exclusive play, and if we have any plays on Sunday, you'll get all those as well as some other things. So again, if you want to join, $10 off your first month. It makes it $5 a month. That's like the price of a gallon of gas, or Starbucks is probably more expensive than that. You can join. It's an under in points. I won't waste much more of your time there. Now we get into some good plus money. That is what we're looking for. When you get to the final game or 2 of the NBA season, it's hard to bet props because we got 15 games, sure, but we have tons of matchups where you got teams that are eliminated from the playoffs. What the heck are they doing? You got teams that are in the playoffs, but already have their roles or their seeding locked up. And then you have a mismatch of every single other thing. So we're going to limit unit size today, but we're going to go for some good plus money. Let's talk about this guy, Stephon Castle. Now, I counted him as 3rd through 6th pick because we technically have 4 plays involving Stephon Castle. Now, in total, we have 1.1 units risked on him. So not, 4 plays, but like, oh God, 4 units. No, these are all, smaller unit plays, and you can see that. The first one is just a half unit on his 20 plus points, which is minus 130. The second 2 are going to be him laddering up his points to 25 and 30. And then the final one, 0.1 units on him to get 10 or more rebounds at plus 1100. You can see how those units are broken up. Half on the first one, quarter unit on the next 2, and 0.1 on the bottom one. Some people are going to be chasing Stephon Castle triple-double today. But in my opinion, this is the matchup where Castle could set his career high in points. And then I think the next game on Sunday is the one I would target for the triple-double against the Raptors. Now, in total, if you want to put 1 unit on his over in points, you can. Castle's kind of an all-or-nothing guy for me. And I think today is a great day for him to potentially score a career high, which honestly, as I say that, I want to say his career high is 30 points. Career high points. I want to say it's 30 against the Thunder, 33. He did it against the Hornets. So let's go set a career high today. Go score 35. Now let's talk about Castle, and I'll leave these up so you can input it if you're on your book and listen to why I'm on him. On the big news, we know Devin is Wemby and Fox are out, but Devin Vassell is the newest guy on the injury report for the San Antonio Spurs. And that's important because Castle is actually dishing it to him a good amount, and that's what leads to a good amount of Castle's assists. Now, in turn, you've seen, if you watch the Suns, and I don't blame you if you ain't watching them, they've lost like 7 in a row. The Suns have been, Nick Richards is out, and so we're starting Osa Ighodaro, and you might not know who the heck that is, but he's actually a pretty versatile defender, at least the Suns think he is. So instead of where we have Nick Richards playing drop coverage, where any point guard's getting there, like, all right, he's in drop, we'll try to dish it out to someone else. They're switching those at matchups. So Stephon Castle could realistically get a lot of centers or big wings on him, and I think he could attack them. We've seen in the one game recently where Castle played without Wemby, Fox, and Vassell. He only scored 15 points. That was against the Nuggets, but he attempted 18 shots, 6 of 18. And he actually did have 15 rebounds and 9 assists. That was against Denver. Now, Denver is not a switch-heavy defense. They have Jokic in there. They like to trap the opposing ball handler, and he still got up 18 field goal attempts. I think this is a much better matchup for him to score than it is for him to shoot the ball, or for him to score instead of passing it. So while I think he could get the rebounds, he might not guard or Booker or Beal, and heck, he could play a lot of minutes and get the rebounds. I'm kind of doing that as kind of a hedge on if this is the triple-double game. At least we would get plus 1,100 on the rebounds. The triple-double is only like plus 1,800, so not much better. But again, like I said, they switch heavy defense. That should yield to Castle having more usage scoring the basketball instead of him getting doubled and kicking it to shooters. We've seen the last 25 players to have 15 or more shots against Phoenix. 15 shots. That's what I'm anticipating from Castle today. Out of those 25 guys, 20 of them, whatever that is, 80%, have scored 20 or more points. So hit the first leg of his points ladder. 14 of them, so over 50%, have scored 25 or more. 9 of them have scored 30 plus points. So again, while those guys are a lot of stars, Castle might not be a star, a household name. He plays for the Spurs. I think the volume is there tonight. And if he shoots decently well, he could easily hit this lines regardless, but I really think this is a great volume spot. So Stephon Castle, we're your number one fans tonight. Round of applause for Castle. Go out there and score 30 points, grab 10 rebounds for all I care. We'll be backing you probably for a triple-double on Sunday, but I think this is a great spot where Castle could go nuclear. And if he doesn't, we lose 1.1 units, and we'll live with that, and we can move on with our lives. Next play. We actually have 2 plays, and we have no more in the same game. I think that Suns and Spurs game is one that's fast-paced, competitive, no defense being played. Let's talk about Ryan Dunn. I like his over, but I'm not taking it at 10.5 points or 1.5 threes. I'll take him for 15 plus points and 3 plus threes. Now the 15 plus, I'm playing that for a quarter unit. That's plus 310. The 3 plus threes is plus 285, and I'm playing that for just a quarter unit as well. So again, they go hand in hand. Him making 3 threes probably correlates with him scoring 15 plus points. I like Ryan Dunn today. Now, if you have no idea who he is, he plays for the Suns. He's facing the Spurs. The Spurs, I know they'll be down some guys, but their defensive identity recently has been, if you try to drive on the Suns, we're going to converge and leave the shooters open. Hence why over the last 10 games, they've allowed the most catch and shoot threes. Now, if you don't know anything about Ryan Dunn, he's the first round pick for the Suns, and he's been playing a lot recently, especially with Kevin Durant out. He's a versatile defender, and honestly wouldn't surprise me if he's on Stephon Castle. So if we can get an ideal world, Castle, go cook Ryan Dunn, and then let him cook you on the other side, ideally. But if you look at Dunn, he's been playing a good amount of minutes, and given the Suns are eliminated from the playoffs, is there a lot of incentive to play Bradley Beal, who's been injured all year, Devin Booker? I don't think so. So why not play our first round rookie overall pick? Let's play him. Now, he has played 24 or more minutes recently. He's been playing it a bunch, but he's played 24 plus minutes in 22 games this season. And I'm giving you some stats. In those 24-minute games, he's averaged about 11.5 points per game and a little under 2 threes per game. Now, he has scored 15 or more points in 7 of 22, about 33%. And he's made 3 or more threes in only 5 of 22, 23%. But as I said, he's been ticking up recently. His last 2 games, a lot of those games included Kevin Durant. His last 2 games have been against Golden State and against OKC. And he still had 10 and 11 field goal attempts, 7 and 8 3-point attempts. Just maybe wasn't knocking him down. But again, I already talked about the matchup. We've seen him play 17 games this season where he got the minutes, 24 or more, and got the shots, 8 or more field goal attempts. He's averaged about 12.5 points per game. And he's gone and hit the 15 plus points in about 40% of games, making the 3 threes in 4 of 17. So not the best hit rates for Ryan Dunn, but I really think this guy's a very raw rookie. And I think his shooting's at 30-ish%. He could get hot. He's at home. He's a rookie at home that could be thrust into the new role. I have no idea if Booker or Beal plays. I know Ryan Dunn's going to play tonight because he's a rookie and we got nothing else to play for. I could see him having a pretty decent sized role today. And even as a whole, if Booker and Beal play, those guys can drive and kick it to the corner where a guy like Ryan Dunn's going to be wide open. It's a perfect matchup for him. So he's been attempting, like I said, 7 and 8 threes the last 2 games. If he gets hot from 3, I think he could easily hit the 3+. And he's good at running in transition. And if this is a transition type game, which it could be, Spurs got nothing to play for either. We could see maybe him score there as well. So again, I like these 2 plays, 15 plus points and 3+ threes, only a quarter unit each. We're not going too crazy on Ryan Dunn, but I'll lose a half unit going on some value there. And then my 9th and 10th picks, I know it's a weird slate, deal with it. These 2 Pacers. The first one is TJ McConnell to record 10 or more points. The second one is Andrew Nembhard's over 6.5 assists. Now, I am playing, again, both of these for a quarter unit, so nothing crazy here. And not like Aaron Gordon, who's worth 1 unit, but these are plus 350 for TJ McConnell and plus 550 for Andrew Nembhard. Now, you might be like, what, Austin? You lost me, man. Why the hell are we playing this many? Like at the end of the day, it's one of the final days of the season. We're going to chase some value here. And I'm recording this at 9:45 a.m. And I am not guaranteed and confident that Tyrese Halliburton plays tonight. If you look at this matchup, the Pacers are on a back-to-back taking on the Orlando Magic. Last night, Halliburton played 36 minutes. Now, maybe by the time you watch this, Halliburton could have already been ruled out. And in that case, these lines are not going to be existing. Or Tyrese Halliburton's been ruled in. If he's ruled in, I don't feel great about it. But both of these 2 guys can get it done. And on the same breath, the Pacers don't have a lot to play for. If I'm being honest, they really don't. Now, they are the 4 seed, and they could hypothetically get up to the 3 seed. But at the end of the day, do we really want to be in the 3 seed? I don't know. Because if you're in the 3 seed, you'll win. You'll get your first matchup. But then you're going to have to probably face the Celtics. Do you want that? Probably not. I'd probably want to face the Cavaliers more. No offense, Cavs fans. But again, they've beaten both those teams. I don't know if this is a game where they're like, we need to push. Halliburton's kind of been on a limited minutes type thing, like 32-ish minutes recently. And I don't know if there's a reason to play him in a back-to-back here, especially when the Magic announced that all 5 of their starters are out because the Magic don't have anything to play on the other side. So I look at this as a game betting early in the morning. I'm going to take a shot on McConnell and taking a shot on Nembhard because if Halliburton gets ruled out, Siakam could easily get ruled out. I don't know if Nembhard gets ruled out, fine. I'll live with TJ McConnell going out there and doing his thing. But again, this is the matchup against the Magic, who are the 7 seed. They're locked in. They can't go anywhere. And suddenly, all 5 of their guys, their starting lineup is on the injury report. Wow, what a shock. Not a shock at all. But like I said, McConnell, 10 plus points in 11 of his last 30. So not the worst hit rate if Halliburton and everyone else is out there, but he has played 15 minutes twice against the Magic, scoring 15 and 4 points, but he attempted 7 and 9 shots. So the attempts were there. And then Nembhard, he's played 7 games without Halliburton. He's recorded 7 or more assists in 4 of 7. He's over this line in 16 of 56 games, so about 30% with Halliburton active if Hallie plays. But again, even if he doesn't play, even better this season with Halliburton against the Magic, he's had 7 and 5 assists. Now, I almost took him up to, like 8, 10 assists, but the Magic are in a great matchup there for assists. So at 6.5, I think he can easily get that. Peyton Pritchard, we just saw have 10 assists. If this breaks our way, Nembhard is active, Halliburton inactive. Nembhard and McConnell are out there doing their thing. Nembhard will be the starting point guard. McConnell will come off the bench. I like Nembhard to set up his teammates a lot against what I expect to be a B squad for the Orlando Magic. And then I like TJ McConnell to be aggressive, given the Magic are probably going to still stay in their defensive identity, which is we're going to let your number one guy or your ball handler beat us. We're going to try to stay home on shooters. So again, I like these two. I know it's weird, and today's a weird slate, but I think we got a good chance at cashing some of these. Are we going to sweep? If we sweep the board, you guys better buy a year-month-long subscription of the Dub Club and never say anything. Never say anything again. You better set that thing for the rest of your life. But again, I really think these picks are solid, and I wouldn't be putting 10 picks out if I didn't think we had a chance of hitting them, and I think they're good value picks. In total today, we have 4.1 units risked. So while I do have 10 picks, it's not like we got 10 units risked. That would be very irrational and very dumb. But with all these smaller plays, if we go 0 for 10, we swing, miss, I can live with that. 4.1 units, that'd be annoying, but I can live with all these losing, especially if we can get the volume in the right spots here. So to recap all the picks, I know it might have taken a while to get through this video. Aaron Gordon's over and made 3-pointers, 2+3s, plus 124, a 1-unit play. This one is our Dub Club exclusive. It's a 1-unit play. Stephon Castle broken up 20, 25, and 30 points, as well as him for 10 rebounds. I don't really like the rebound matchup, but God forbid this is a Castle. I'm going to go chase the triple-double game. I'd rather at least have a little bit of skin there, and at 0.1 units, that really ain't much. So I'll take a chance there. I mean, plus 1,100 if he wants to get it, sure. I think it's a better matchup for rebounds than it is assists, so I'd rather go there instead of taking the 10-plus assists personally, but I do like that one. Castle, go do your thing tonight. Ryan Dunn, 15 plus points and his 3+3s, just a quarter unit on each of those. And then the Pacers duo, TJ McConnell score 10 or more. His regular line is like 5.5 or 6.5. Then Nembhard, his over and assist, which I want to say his regular line is 3.5, 4.5, something like that. Either way, I think we got some great value today. And why not us? Let's have ourselves a day. Those are my favorite picks. I won't have any added plays today. Good luck. Please don't bet too much. Like I said, we got 4.1 units. You don't have to bet all of them. You can mix and match. You can throw some parlays together, do whatever you want. But again, it's one of the final days of the season, so things are going to get a little bit wonky. Jeez, computer's going nuts today. I did look at 2 other plays, Zach Edey's points and rebounds, and same for Rudy Gobert. I really just didn't want to force and have 6, 7 units on the line. So I'll deal with my 4 units basically. And if we can smack some of these long shots, awesome. If we swing and miss, that's fine. I really think we have some good picks in this video. So again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. My final reminder is that if you're looking for an NBA video tomorrow, number one, you won't find it. If you look for one on Sunday, I know there's a ton of games on. I won't be able to be home in time to crank out a video for you guys, but I'll still try to get home in time if you are in the Dub Club to crank out some picks there. And if I find the time, I'll try to put them on the community tab. But again, typically on the final day of the season, they don't really release a lot of props until within the hour of games tipping off. So again, me posting them on the community tab, no one's really going to see it, whereas I can ping everyone in the Dub Club. So again, if you want to join the Dub Club, there's a $10 off your first month coupon down below. Join us for the remainder of the NBA season. Let's have ourselves a day. Let's go 10-0 today. If we go 10-0 today, I might do some incredibly suspect things in the first play-in game video. Deal with it. Have a great Friday, guys. I'll see you guys back. If you're just an NBA, actually, I'll just see you back on Monday for the MLB video. And I think the play-in games start on Tuesday or something like that. I don't really know. Either way, have a great day. Let's go 10-0. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know. Whatever. See you later. Peace.